seen a whole lot of content, be it books, videos, etc., that talk about how to get over or improve on your condition of being a perfectionist. And I just wanted to weigh in from a Wordsmith point of view that deconstructs the words and gives you a bit of a platform in terms of how to use your language, to make it an empowering journey for you. I hear people say you should do this. It is a condition, and I am a perfectionist. And already using that type of language trips you up completely. And I'm going to share how that trips you up within this video. All right, so if you look up the word perfect or perfectionist or perfectionism, you would see that it's rooted in a Latin word, perfectus. Perfectus just basically means to complete, to put to an end. You'd hear people say you perfect a contract, you dot the I's, cross the T's. So already, and I can speak with conviction because I display this pattern of perfectionism in my life, and I use that term deliberately when I say I display the pattern. It's not who I am, it's what I do. It's just a pattern I've displayed over a period of time. And that's what we tend to do. We tend to say to ourselves, this is who I am. I am a perfectionist, and that's how it is. But if you use your language and say, hey, I've just displayed this in the past, or I display this now, I can work on it, you disassociate from the condition as people put it out, but it's just a pattern really. So already you see how it trips you up when you say to complete, because the root word it's rooted in being complete, to put to an end. And nothing's ever complete in life. Nokia had a complete product. Where are they now? Rims. BlackBerry had a complete, perfect product. So you assert that something needs to be put to an end. It needs to be a particular way. And already that puts an undue pressure on you. And on the flip side is you're saying something has to be a particular way. You need to be a particular way. So you even fail to try. You fail to move forward. You fail to attain it, because if you don't reach that standard of completion, you're a failure, right? You suck. You didn't attain what you wanted to attain. So knowing this condition very well, we know it's patterns, right? It's a pattern you display. There's certain things that you see displayed in your life, all right? So first of all, displaying that perfectionism doesn't necessarily mean you are attaining to be, or you want to be, a perfect person. 9 times out of 10, what you're just doing is you just have perfectionist standards on yourself, on other people, on situations, circumstances, conditions. So you say, this cup should be here, or that should be. And that's the trigger word that you see. And you just watch yourself when you use that. When you say should. Now, I've started using a word to replace should, and I'd say could. So instead of saying you should act like this cup should be here, I should be going to gym, or this should be, because all you're focusing on are all the faults. You become a fault finder. You become, this is here and it should be here. When you say could, so I could go to gym. I didn't go to gym, I could go to gym. I just chose not to because something else caught my attention. That's a bit softer. And over time, saying should, you just put so much pressure on yourself, And that speaks to the next thing, is there's a black and white life of a perfectionist, and I know this very well. Things are either great or they're not. You're not allowed to say the world is okay. You're not allowed to say something is okay. How was your day? You weren't necessarily okay. It was either good or bad. There's no room for error. There's no room for mistake in your life. And that is incredibly, there's a lot of pressure. It's an incredible amount of pressure that you're working with when you say there's no mistake that can ever happen. This thing should be in a particular way. And, just looking for solutions as well, and stuff that I'm working through, replacing words like should with could. There's a word now that I've introduced. Now I've said to myself, am I looking for perfection or being perfect, or am I looking to progress? Right, so how I would display perfection in my life is I procrastinate. I just sit back and be like, you know what, I'm not going to attain that standard of being this person, so I'm not even going to try stuff it. I'm just going to sit home and not do much. And it puts pressure as well on my wife. And I'd see the times at home where I'd put pressure on her, and I'd say, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you meet my standards? And that's a whole lot of pressure on other people and things and conditions, because nothing's ever really complete. The world's always evolving and changing. You can't expect it to be this particular way, because when it is that particular way, all it is a snapshot in a moment in time. And that's something I'm training myself to do and say is, if I'm looking for progression right now, progress speaks to an advancement, a step forward, a development, right? If you look up the word, it's a Latin root word again, pro, which means forward, gradi, it's progradi. Gradi is a step, a motion, an advancement, a development. And it has nothing to do with completion. So one says, just move forward, progress. The other says, be complete. It has to be this standard. It has to be at this level for you to move forward. And that for me now, just introducing the word progression or progress is so much better, because even in making these videos, and Wordsmith was first on Facebook, I used to release videos and I wanted it to be perfect. And once I started introducing the word progress, am I making a step forward? Am I advancing forward? And advancing forward just means you have a level, just a new level of cognition in terms of a particular area. You just said, I took one step, I bought a book. I took one step, I made a phone call. I took one step, I left the house, I put on my shoes, I ran to the goalpost at the corner of the road and came back home, if it's a health goal, as opposed to I had a 20-kilometer run on my first day of running. And it just says take one small step. And when you are on that step, you'll be able to see further. It's just an advancement. It's a development forward. And I read once, there's a quote that said, mistakes are acceptable if they are as a result of advancing forward, of moving forward. So, if you display that in your life, just have a look out. Am I being perfect or looking out to have this done perfectly? Or am I looking to progress? Am I looking to move forward? And it's okay if it doesn't look complete, because nothing ever is complete in the world we live in. Right, so that's a short video just on, just a few trigger words that you could look up. Look up the words, perfect, progress, develop versus complete. Already just listening to complete versus develop just gives you a new cognition on things, right? Just always remember, your words are incredibly powerful. Use them wisely. If you like this this material or visuals and you want to see more videos like this, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, like or dislike, put some comments down there. Just give me your perspective in terms of being complete versus developing, or any words you want to see me to cover on this platform right here at Wordsmith. Remember, your words are incredibly powerful. Use them wisely. Cheers.